Cooking oil sits in every kitchen cabinet in America. You trust it to be pure. You trust it to be safe. You see those beautiful bottles on grocery store shelves with images of olive groves and Italian hillsides, and you believe what they tell you. But what if the oil you have been cooking with for years is not what the label claims? What if that extra virgin olive oil is neither extra virgin nor even fully olive oil? For seniors, fake and adulterated oils can spike cholesterol, damage kidneys, and interact dangerously with heart medications. The stakes are higher than you might realize. Today, we are exposing 7 cooking oil brands you must avoid at all costs and revealing 2 that are actually worth your trust. Coming in at number 7, Filippo Berio olive oil. This is a brand that has been sitting on American grocery shelves for decades. The bottle looks elegant. The label proudly displays imported from Italy. You see it and think you are getting authentic, heart-healthy olive oil straight from the Mediterranean, the kind of oil your doctor told you to use for your cholesterol, the kind of oil you drizzle on salads thinking you are doing something good for your body. But here is the betrayal. Independent laboratory tests conducted by UC Davis found that Filippo Berio failed to meet international standards for extra virgin olive oil. What does that mean? It means the oil inside that bottle may have been mixed with cheaper, lower-grade oils. It may have been chemically refined. It may not even be primarily olive oil at all. Picture this. You open that bottle. You smell what you think is fresh olive oil. You pour it into the pan, watching it shimmer under the heat. But what you cannot see is the potential presence of canola oil, sunflower oil, or even soybean oil blended in to cut costs. These cheaper oils have different fatty acid profiles. They oxidize faster. They produce harmful compounds when heated. For seniors managing blood pressure or taking statins for cholesterol, this matters. You were promised heart protection. Instead, you may be consuming oils that increase inflammation in your arteries, oils that counteract the very medications you take every morning. Studies estimate that up to 80% of Italian olive oil on American shelves may be adulterated or mislabeled. 80%. That is not a small problem. That is an industry-wide deception that has been going on for decades while regulators looked the other way. And Filippo Berio is not some obscure brand. It is one of the most recognized names in olive oil. You trusted it. Your parents may have trusted it, but trust does not guarantee purity. Trust does not guarantee that what is on the label matches what is in the bottle. The golden color in the bottle, that can be artificially enhanced with chlorophyll additives. The robust flavor on the label, that can be masked by deodorizing processes that strip real olive oil of its natural taste and health benefits. The Italian flag on the packaging, the olives may have been grown in Spain, Tunisia, or Morocco, then simply bottled in Italy to qualify for that imported label. If you have this brand in your pantry right now, you need to ask yourself, do you really know what you have been cooking with all these years? At number 6, Berolli olive oil. Another household name. Another brand that has been marketed for generations as the taste of Italy. Berolli commercials show rolling Tuscan hills, family dinners, and promises of authentic Mediterranean cuisine. The branding is warm. The messaging is comforting. You feel like you are bringing a piece of Italian tradition into your home every time you twist open that cap. But the reality is far less romantic. Was diluted, adulterated, or simply not was diluted, adulterated, or simply not extra virgin quality. Court documents revealed that independent testing found the oil failed freshness and purity standards repeatedly across multiple production batches. Want the real truth about what is in your kitchen? Subscribe now so you never get blindsided by hidden food dangers that could affect your health. Let me explain why this matters for anyone over 50. Extra virgin olive oil is supposed to be cold-pressed, unrefined, and packed with polyphenols. Those are the antioxidants that protect your heart, reduce inflammation, and support healthy aging. When oil is adulterated or refined, those polyphenols are destroyed. You lose the health benefits entirely. You are left with empty calories and potentially harmful fats that do nothing for your cardiovascular system. Imagine you have been following your doctor's advice for the past 10 years. You switched from butter to olive oil. You cook with it every night, believing you are protecting your heart. You pay a premium because you think quality matters. But if that oil is fake, you have been deceiving yourself without even knowing it. All those years of thinking you were doing the right thing, wasted. Bertolli's own website boasts about quality and tradition. They show images of olive groves and talk about heritage that stretches back generations. But lawsuits and lab tests tell a different story. A story of cost-cutting and consumer deception. A story where marketing budgets matter more than product integrity. Your Berolli oil tastes flat, greasy, or your Berolli oil tastes flat, greasy, or has no distinct flavor. That is a warning sign. That is not what pure olive oil should taste like. Real olive oil has character. Fake olive oil has nothing. For seniors on blood thinners or heart medications, consuming the wrong fats can interfere with how your body processes those drugs. The stakes are higher than just taste. This is about your health, your safety, and the trust you placed in a brand that may not deserve it. Most people never learn how to spot fake oil, but we will break it down at the end of the video. Stick around, the solution is coming. Now at number 5, Pompeian olive oil. Pompeian is everywhere. Walmart, Target, Kroger, Costco. It is one of the most accessible olive oil brands in the United States. The price is affordable. The label says imported and extra virgin. For seniors on a fixed income, it seems like a smart, budget-friendly choice for healthy cooking. You see it on sale and think you are getting a great deal on heart-healthy oil. But affordability does not equal authenticity. Oil had gone rancid before it even reached the store shelves. Oil had gone rancid before it even reached your kitchen. Other tests suggested the oil may have been mixed with refined grades that do not meet extra virgin standards. The inconsistency is alarming. Here is why rancid oil is dangerous, especially for older adults. When oil oxidizes, it produces free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules that damage cells in your body. They accelerate aging at the cellular level. They contribute to chronic diseases including cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. They increase inflammation, which is already a concern for anyone with arthritis, diabetes, or cardiovascular issues. Every tablespoon of rancid oil is an assault on your cells. You open that bottle of Pompeian oil. It looks fine. It pours smoothly. The color seems normal, but if it has been sitting in a hot warehouse during summer, shipped across the ocean in a container that reached extreme temperatures and stored under fluorescent lights at the grocery store for weeks, the damage is already done. You cannot see oxidation with your eyes. You cannot always taste it until it is severe. But your body feels the effects over time. Think about how often you use cooking oil. Every breakfast, every lunch, every dinner, every sautéed vegetable, every piece of fish you pan fry thinking you are eating healthy, every salad you dress. If that oil is compromised, every single meal is compromised too. That adds up to hundreds of meals per year. Pompeian promises quality on their website. They talk about family heritage and careful sourcing, but promises are just words written by marketing departments. Lab results are facts produced by independent scientists, and the facts do not always match the marketing. Isn't it strange how billion-dollar food companies keep having quality issues, yet their products are still on every shelf in America? For seniors managing kidney health, consuming oxidized fats puts extra strain on your organs. Your kidneys have to work harder to filter out the byproducts of damaged oils. Over time, this adds up. The affordable oil becomes an expensive health burden that shows up in medical bills and declining health markers. Number 4. Great Value Olive Oil from Walmart. Great Value Line is one of the most. Great Value Line is one of the most popular store brands in America. Millions of families trust it for everything from cereal to cooking oil. The low price makes it seem like a smart choice for budget-conscious shoppers. But when it comes to olive oil, store brands have a troubling track record that most consumers never hear about. Great Value Olive Oil has faced scrutiny for inconsistent quality. Independent tests have shown that some bottles did not meet the chemical standards for extra virgin classification. The oil may have been refined, deodorized, or blended with other vegetable oils to keep costs down. Some batches passed testing while others failed, suggesting quality control issues in the supply chain. Here is the deception. The label still says extra virgin. The label still shows olives and Mediterranean imagery designed to make you think of Italian hillsides. You have no way of knowing what is actually inside unless you send it to a laboratory yourself. And who has time or money for that? For seniors, this is not just about being cheated out of a few dollars. It is about health consequences that build up over years of daily use. You cannot see the damage happening. It accumulates silently in your arteries, your organs, your cells. Refined oils lose their vitamin E content. They lose their anti-inflammatory properties. They become neutral, lifeless fats that offer nothing except calories. If you have been relying on Great Value Olive Oil to support your heart health, you may have been getting none of the benefits you expected while paying for something you did not receive. The texture of cheap refined oil is often thin and watery compared to real extra virgin. It lacks the rich, viscous quality of cold-pressed oil. If your oil spreads too easily in the pan or has no distinctive smell when heated, those are red flags that something is wrong. Walmart sources products from all over the world to keep prices low. That means less oversight, less traceability, and more opportunities for adulteration along the supply chain. The savings you see at the register may cost you in medical bills down the road. Cheap food has hidden costs that show up years later. Why do you think the cheapest foods always seem to cause the most health problems? Coincidence? Or something more sinister? At number 3, Crisco Pure Vegetable Oil. This one might surprise you. Crisco has been a pantry staple in American homes for over a century. Your grandmother probably used it. Your mother probably used it. The brand has positioned itself as a reliable, all-purpose cooking oil for everything from frying chicken to baking cakes. It is as American as apple pie. But Crisco's history is darker than most people realize. Crisco was originally made with partially hydrogenated oils, also known as trans fats. Trans fats are now recognized as one of the most dangerous substances in the food supply. They raise bad cholesterol dramatically. They lower good cholesterol. They dramatically increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. Scientists estimate that trans fats have caused hundreds of thousands of premature deaths over the decades they were allowed in food. The FDA eventually forced food manufacturers to remove trans fats from their products after decades of evidence showing their danger. Crisco reformulated. They took out the partially hydrogenated oils, but the replacement is not necessarily better for your health. Modern Crisco vegetable oil is primarily made from soybean oil. Soybean oil is high in omega-6 fatty acids, which, when consumed in excess, promote inflammation throughout the body. The average American diet is already overloaded with omega-6 fats and severely lacking in omega-3s. This imbalance has been linked to heart disease, arthritis, cognitive decline, and even depression. Don't go yet. The solution comes at the very end, and it could change how you shop forever. Stay with me. For seniors managing chronic conditions, adding more inflammatory oils to your diet is the last thing you need. Every time you fry with Crisco, you are tipping the scales further toward inflammation, further toward arterial damage, further toward the health problems you are trying to prevent with medications and lifestyle changes. The smell of Crisco when it heats is familiar to many Americans. That faint, slightly industrial odor that rises from the pan. That is the smell of highly processed, refined oil. It is not the smell of health. It is the smell of a product engineered for shelf stability and corporate profit, not for your well-being. Real, healthy oils smell like the plants they came from. Crisco's marketing still emphasizes versatility and tradition, but tradition does not make something safe. For decades, doctors recommended margarine over butter, and we now know that was disastrous advice that may have killed millions. Just because something has been around for a long time does not mean it belongs in your kitchen. If you have Crisco in your cabinet right now, think about how many meals you have made with it. How many years of accumulated omega-6 overload? How many missed opportunities to use something genuinely healthy instead? The past cannot be changed, but the future can be different. Now at number 2, Wesson Vegetable Oil. Wesson is another iconic American brand. It has been around since 1899, over 120 years of history. The name itself evokes wholesome, home-cooked meals from a simpler time when families gathered around the dinner table every night. The commercials show happy families gathered around dinner tables sharing food and laughter. The messaging is all about trust and tradition passed down through generations. It feels reliable. It feels American. But Wesson has faced serious legal troubles that reveal a very different picture behind the wholesome advertising. In 2019, Wesson settled a class action lawsuit for $2.4 million over claims that their oil was falsely marketed as natural. The lawsuit alleged that Wesson oil contained genetically modified ingredients that were not disclosed to consumers. The company denied wrongdoing but agreed to change their labeling and pay millions to settle the case. Here is what that means for you as a consumer trying to make informed choices. If a company is willing to mislead consumers about something as basic as whether their product is natural, what else might they be hiding? What other corners might they be cutting in the name of profit? How can you trust anything on their label? Wesson vegetable oil is also primarily made from soybeans. Like Crisco, it is loaded with omega-6 fatty acids that promote inflammation. When you cook with Wesson at high temperatures, the oil breaks down and releases harmful compounds called aldehydes. Aldehydes have been linked to cancer, heart disease, and neurological damage in scientific studies. Every time you heat this oil, you are creating these compounds in your kitchen. For seniors, neurological health is a growing concern. Dementia and Alzheimer's rates are rising every year. Every dietary choice that increases oxidative stress in the brain is a choice that works against healthy aging. You cannot afford to add more stress to your system. Do you think the government protects consumers or the food industry? The answer might disturb you. Cannot see are the inflammatory fats and cannot see are the inflammatory fats and potentially harmful compounds forming every time you turn on the stove. The damage is invisible until it shows up in blood tests and health problems years later. Wesson's parent company has changed hands multiple times over the years. Each acquisition brings new cost-cutting measures, new supply chain decisions, and new opportunities for quality to slip. The oil in today's Wesson bottle may be very different from what your grandmother used decades ago, even though the label looks the same. What is the oldest cooking oil in your pantry right now? Drop the brand in the comments below. I want to know what you have been using. Coming in at number 1, Luana Pure Vegetable Oil. Luana is a regional favorite, especially in the South. It is marketed as an affordable, reliable cooking oil for everyday use. Many families have been buying Luana for generations, passing down recipes that call for this specific brand. It is part of family traditions and holiday memories. But loyalty does not protect you from what is inside the bottle. Nostalgia does not make a product safe. Luana vegetable oil is made from soybeans, just like Crisco and Wesson. The same omega-6 overload applies, the same inflammatory risks, the same potential for oxidative damage when heated, the same problems, different label. But there is another concern with Luana that many consumers do not realize until it is too late. Soybean oil is one of the most heavily processed oils on the market. The soybeans are typically treated with chemical solvents like hexane to extract the oil efficiently. Hexane is a neurotoxin. It is derived from petroleum. While manufacturers claim that hexane is completely removed during processing, trace amounts may remain in the final product. Over time, repeated exposure to even tiny amounts of neurotoxins can add up in your body. For seniors already concerned about cognitive decline, this is worth considering seriously. Every small exposure matters. Every meal is an opportunity to either support your brain or burden it with substances it has to work to eliminate. The texture of Luana oil is unremarkable. It has almost no flavor, no character. That blandness is a sign of heavy refining that has stripped away everything natural. Real, minimally processed oils have distinct tastes and aromas that tell you where they came from. Luana has been stripped of everything that makes an oil interesting and everything that makes it healthy. If butter can legally contain metal fragments according to FDA allowances, what else do you think slips through in processed foods that we never even hear about? The regulations are not as strict as you might think. The affordability of Luana is appealing, especially for seniors on fixed incomes. But cheap oil is not a bargain if it costs you your health. The few dollars you save at the store could translate to thousands in medical expenses down the road. That is not savings. That is delayed payment with interest. The worst of them all, Star olive oil. Star is marketed as an authentic Italian olive oil. The packaging features Mediterranean colors and imagery designed to evoke sunny Italian hillsides. The name suggests quality and tradition. It sits on shelves next to premium brands, commanding a similar price point. Everything about the presentation says premium. But Star has been at the center of the olive oil fraud scandal for years, and the evidence is damning. UC Davis testing found that Star olive oil frequently failed to meet international purity standards. The oil showed signs of adulteration, oxidation, and potential mixing with lower-grade oils. In some cases, the oil tested did not even qualify as extra virgin by any legitimate measure. It failed the most basic test that authentic olive oil should pass easily. This is the ultimate betrayal of consumer trust. You pay premium prices expecting premium quality. You choose Star because it looks authentic, because the label says all the right things, because you want to invest in your health. And in return, you get oil that may be partially fake, partially rancid, and entirely unsuitable for the health benefits you were seeking. You got the opposite of what you paid for. For seniors relying on olive oil as part of a heart-healthy diet, Star's failures are especially damaging. Every salad dressed with adulterated oil, every vegetable sautéed in oxidized fat, every meal that was supposed to protect your heart but may have been doing the opposite. Years of trusting the wrong brand adds up to real health consequences. The taste of real extra virgin olive oil should be complex. It should have notes of grass, pepper, and fruit that dance on your tongue. It should feel slightly thick on the tongue with a viscosity that cheap oils cannot replicate. If your Star oil tastes flat, greasy, or has no distinctive character, you have your answer. That is not what you paid for. That is not real olive oil. Star's parent company has defended their product in public statements, but laboratory results speak louder than press releases. When independent testing consistently shows failures year after year, the brand's reassurances ring hollow. Words are cheap. Lab results are evidence. Ever notice how the same companies that fund heart-healthy research are the ones selling questionable products? The conflict of interest is staggering when you start to look. This is the brand that makes me the angriest. Because it is not just about cutting corners to save money. It is about charging premium prices while delivering substandard product. It is about exploiting consumer trust for profit. It is about seniors who do everything right, follow their doctor's advice, choose olive oil over butter, pay extra for quality, and still get cheated by a system designed to deceive them. If you have Star in your kitchen right now, I want you to take a hard look at it. Think about how many meals you have made with that oil over the years. Think about the trust you placed in that brand, and then decide whether it deserves a place in your home any longer. Comment. Bait. Have you ever been burned by a brand you trusted for years? Tell me your story in the comments. I read every single one. Safe pick. Number 1. California Olive Ranch Extra Virgin Olive Oil. This is a brand that does things differently, and the difference shows in every bottle. California Olive Ranch grows their olives in the United States, right here in California. That means shorter supply chains, fresher oil, and far less opportunity for adulteration along the way. The olives go from tree to bottle in a matter of hours, not months. Every bottle is stamped with a harvest date, so you know exactly how fresh your oil is. No guessing, no wondering how long it sat in a warehouse. They use strict testing protocols that go beyond FDA requirements. Independent labs have consistently verified that California Olive Ranch meets and exceeds extra virgin standards. They welcome testing because they have nothing to hide. The taste is what real olive oil should be: fresh, peppery, with a slight bite at the back of your throat. That bite comes from polyphenols, the antioxidants that actually protect your heart, reduce inflammation, and support healthy aging. When you taste that peppery sensation, you are tasting health benefits. For seniors managing cholesterol, blood pressure, or heart disease, California Olive Ranch delivers the health benefits you were promised. No adulterants, no hidden fillers. Just pure, American-grown olive oil you can trust. This is what you thought you were getting from those other brands. The price is reasonable for the quality you receive. You are paying for transparency, traceability, and genuine health benefits, not fancy marketing and false promises. Every dollar goes toward actual quality, not advertising budgets. Safe pick. Number 2. Chosen Foods 100% pure avocado oil. If you want to expand beyond olive oil, avocado oil is one of the healthiest alternatives available. Chosen Foods has become the gold standard for avocado oil purity in the United States. They have built their reputation on doing things right. Unlike many competitors who have been caught adulterating their avocado oil with cheaper oils, Chosen Foods uses only Hass avocados and maintains strict quality control throughout production. Independent testing has verified that their oil is exactly what the label claims: pure avocado oil with no adulterants or fillers. What you see is what you get. Avocado oil has a high smoke point, making it ideal for cooking at higher temperatures without breaking down into harmful compounds. You can fry, saute, and roast without worrying about creating toxins in your kitchen. It is rich in oleic acid, the same heart-healthy monounsaturated fat found in olive oil. It also contains lutein, which supports eye health, an important consideration for seniors concerned about macular degeneration. The flavor is mild and buttery, making it versatile for both cooking and salad dressings. The texture is smooth and rich, a sign of quality processing. You can taste the difference between this and the industrial oils that dominate most kitchens. For seniors looking for a cooking oil that supports heart health, reduces inflammation, and performs well at high heat, Chosen Foods avocado oil is a trustworthy choice. No deception, no hidden risks, just pure, healthy fat that does exactly what it promises. This is what cooking oil should be. Your kitchen should be a safe place. The oils you cook with should support your health, not undermine it. But as we have seen today, too many brands are willing to deceive you for profit. They hide behind fancy labels and heritage claims while selling you products that do not live up to their promises. They count on you not asking questions. They count on you trusting the system. Spend on quality oil is an investment in spend on quality oil is an investment in your health that pays dividends for years to come. Subscribe now, and if you are watching on TV, tap your remote so you never get blindsided again. Your health is worth protecting. Let me help you do it.